I'm Jake Moskrop and I'm a PhD researcher in the Department of Plant Sciences. My research is exploring how to make the flowers of broad beans more attractive to pollinators. So usually I would have been collecting data in Cambridge, but now I'm working from home on my family's farm in Cumbria. Working from home can be a bit of a challenge, especially with a poor internet connection, but currently I'm doing lots of data analysis and catching up on scientific literature. I've also planted broad beans at home to make observations, just in case the lockdown lasts for some time. It's also good to be home because it means I can help on the farm, especially when all of our sheep are due to start lambing in the next few weeks. So although I can't do lab work, I can still work productively from home. And it just goes to show that however different the situation is for everyone right now, we can still do our best to keep things moving while staying safe. So it's goodbye from me and it's goodbye from the sheep.
Hi, my name is Harriet Bartlett. I'm a PhD student and I research livestock sustainability. I'm interested in the greenhouse gas footprints, the biodiversity impact, animal welfare and antibiotic use and resistance of our farming systems. Up until just over 2 weeks ago, I was in the middle of a field season in Brazil. But as I'm sure you can imagine, things changed quite quickly. I started hearing these stories from my friends and family in the UK, but it was all quite difficult to comprehend because everything was still so normal in Brazil. The streets were full, the restaurants were full, the supermarkets were full, there was definitely no toilet roll shortage. But then the farm started cancelling my visits and I had an emergency meeting with my supervisors in Cambridge and Brazil. And we spoke about what would happen if I got sick, if one of my research assistants got sick, if someone in my family in the UK got sick and I couldn't get home. And because my work requires me to travel around and visit and meet so many farmers, I could actually be responsible for introducing it to some of them. So it was decided that I should come home as soon as possible. A huge amount of time, energy, and money had gone into organising that trip. But here I am, I'm working from home. When your work requires you to visit farms and the animals, it's quite difficult to work from home. But luckily, I have some calculations and statistics that I can be getting on with. Over the next few weeks and maybe even months, we're all going to have to make compromises. And I think it's important that we're able to look back and be proud that we made the right decisions for everyone. Stay safe.
Hi, I'm Shuling. I'm first year PhD student from Faculty of Education. Currently, I'm in my home country, Malaysia, and we are in a lockdown situation too. So like many other PhD students, I'm working from home and doing desk-based research, trying to prepare for my first year registration report. Being physically away from Cambridge is really challenging to stay active and productive in research, but I find it useful to stay connected with colleagues and friends through informal video chats and calls. About productivity, I think it's important to set realistic goals and recognize that this is an unprecedented circumstances, and we can try to find a new routine and be comfortable with it and be kind to ourselves. That only we can make the most out of this time. So stay safe and peace.
Hello, my name is Dr. Matt Davey and I'm a researcher in the Department of Plant Sciences. I work on algae biotechnology and ecology, usually working in the lab and in the field such as Antarctica. Over the past 3 weeks, we've been isolating at home with the whole young family. So my office is now this small dining room, as you can see. So we try to work in chunks of about 30 minutes, spread throughout the day on and off, and that's just about feasible. So we have sort of virtual work meetings at least once a day, getting up early to work in those undisturbed hours to analyse more complicated data sets, and that seems to work out okay. But that's been interesting. The kids are obviously inquisitive about what I'm doing. So this week they've been learning about sort of nucleotide sequencing and one has even press submit on a Nature paper. But work-life balance, it is very hard, and whether isolating alone or as family, it is very difficult to do. So thank you ever so much for those of you involved and everything. Stay fit and stay safe.
Hi, I'm Andy, and I'm a security patroller here at the University of Cambridge, and this is the University Security Control Centre. It's here where we manage and attend all alarms, we report them accordingly, and we monitor the vast university CCTV network. Like a lot of departments, we've been doing our bit to social distance, trying to keep 2 metres apart from each other. Isn't difficult in an enclosed environment. On the floor here, we've got lots of tape across, which we've got all over appropriate areas. We've got it all down corridors, all into our kitchen areas. We've actually got a chill out room that we've just acquired. That's designed just to give the guys a chance just to relax a little bit. Some of them have even taken up a bit of Tai Chi. Well, I wish everybody well, and rest assured we'll do our best. When you return, everything will be back just the way you like it. Take care now. Bye-bye.
My name is Shelley Balderson. I'm Alumni and Communications Coordinator for the Masters in Conservation Leadership based in the Department of Geography. I've been in this role for 2 years now, and I've always been able to work from home. So the challenge for me now, in the new world that we live in, is how to look after my son and provide home learning for my son whilst managing to hold down my job as best I can 3 days a week. So this isn't easy, and we've tried a few things, but what I can say is I'm relying quite heavily on the support of all the education professionals and TV personalities that are providing great education every day. There is so much out there that allows him to get the learning he needs, as I'm not a teacher, whilst I get some minutes of the day to do my job. And you can see us here. He's doing his drum lesson whilst I'm trying through the noise to catch up with emails. So I just wanted to end by saying this is a scary time and an anxious time, but it's not forever. And I encourage you to take the moments out of your day to stay mentally strong, to find time for you, to do what you can. We're so lucky to work for an institution like the university during this time. And when we are out of the other side, because this will end, let's hope that we can start to build the world we want to live in. Stay safe and take care.